most of the clinics, even if they are showing a lot of patients coming in, fails to make profit. And that is a fact we need to accept. And is there a solution for that? Yes, of course. And in this video, I am going to talk about 3 challenges these kind of clinics and less than 50 bedded hospitals which are facing, and the solution for that. I am Kalyan, and I am startup and entrepreneur coach with more than 26 years of experience. And I have worked with many hospitals and clinics, not big ones. And I could see that, I could literally see the problems that they have faced, and we could find a solution in a short period itself. So let us go straight to the point. The point here to make is there are only 3 points which will make the startup, or which will make the hospital suffer. And I am going for that now. And that one is, yes, the first one is high attrition rate. There are many employees. I mean, people keep on coming and going, and that is a very bad precedent for small clinic as well as for less than 50 bedded hospitals. You have to accept that. This is a usual complaint that many of the hospital owners tell me, Kalyan, our biggest problem is we are taking people, we are hiring people, we are training them, and by the time they are ready to take on the real job, they quit. So that is a very usual phenomenon in this industry, especially in the case of, like I told, in clinics as well as in less than 50 bedded hospital, less than 50, 100 bedded hospitals. This is not the usual case as far as the big hospitals are concerned. That also I know. So this high attrition rate, and many people have the notion that the high attrition rate is taking place because of salary issues. That also I have identified that salary issue is not the biggest problem. Yes, salary issue is not the biggest problem. That is one of the problem. The biggest problem is these employees who are taken are really compromised. Yes, I repeat the word, are really compromised on what they are supposed to do. I found that they are doing what they are supposed to do. They are not doing what they are supposed to do. They are doing except everything they are supposed to do. And what happens is they get into a kind of mode of frustration, because I am hired for something else, and in this hospital I am asked to do something else which is in no way connected to my core competency. And that leads them to leave for better opportunities. Naturally, you can't blame them. And another problem that is there as far as attrition rate is concerned, I told about 3 problems. Now, that is, I'm talking about the problem number 1, challenge number 1. The another real issue, the challenge which the people are, which is happening, is these employees are not given the proper respect in the form of salary or in the form of other perks or whatever it is. So here is where the linking their performance, identify their key performance indicators and linking it their performance and rewarding them is the most important thing. If you don't reward them properly, what will happen is they will quit. That is, you will have employees who are really working hard. You will also have employees who don't work hard. What happens is both of them are getting the same kind of treatment, same kind of returns for their efforts, and that is not fair. So here is where the importance of KPI comes into play. KPI for employees. So these are the two areas in which is really the main culprit for high attrition rate. And the next is cost escalation. The cost keeps on escalating in various fronts. And most importantly, most of the owners of hospitals or clinics do not have financial literacy. They do not have real financial literacy, and if they are doctors, definitely they do not have. The owners are doctors, definitely they do not have financial literacy. They depend completely on their chartered accountants or their financial manager or whoever it is, even without knowing the basics of finance, which will keep them alive. When you are depending on the third party, what happens is there is a scope, there is a gap. There is a gap for real understanding of the requirement of the organization, whereas these people who are third parties, they may not be in a position to identify what is it that you require. So cost escalation is one big problem. So how to sort it out? To sort out the cost escalation, the most important critical area to be taken care is identify again the KPI for financials. Just 3 KPIs for the finance department, 3 KPIs for cost department. If cost, naturally it comes under finance. Just identify 3 areas, 3 KPIs which are the performance indicators for them. And that KPI should be linked to the overall KPI of the organization. You can see, if you just go in depth, you can see that 80% of the cost is consumed by 20% of the activities. 80-20 rule perfectly plays a role in clinics and hospitals. So that cost escalation factor needs to be addressed immediately, because otherwise what happens is, on one side your income is not growing so fast, on the other side the cost is going up. Let it be the cost of an employee, let it be the cost of procurements, let it be the cost of operations, or let it be the cost of interest. Things are going up. On this hand it is going up, whereas this area, this is stagnant. This is stagnant in the sense your customer base, I'm consciously telling customers, because there are some people who says that, how can I say customer, because this is a hospital industry. No, even though it is an hospital industry, you are not running it for charity, right? So your customer base is not growing, whereas your cost is going up. So that needs to be addressed seriously. So that is one thing. So when you don't address that, cost escalation factor, what will happen is, on one fine day you will realize that you are getting into a big debt trap. And if you have a smart finance manager, he would have told you earlier, that is, if we go this way, no, we are not on the right track. From my experience, what I have seen is, most of the finance managers are chamchas. They don't have the guts to say, looking at the face of the MD, that this is not the way to work. You are in the wrong track. We are in the wrong track. They don't say that, because they may be afraid that the MD may not like it. Maybe the CEO may not like it. So why should I tell and spoil my name? Otherwise, any smart manager would have realized that the cost escalation is a big issue, and the hospital is getting into a trap. So there is a solution. The solution that I told is, identify three critical parameters of cost, three critical parameters for financial management, and implement that. Make it as the most prioritized activity from that point of view and link it to the organizational key performance indicators. And the third one is, most of the clinics, most of the less than 50 bed or 100 bed hospital, they depend on very few doctors. They are completely doctor centric, and these doctors take a complete advantage of the hospitals. I know that you may not like it, but the fact is, when I am telling the truth, it may hurt, but the fact is, you become literally a slave to those doctors, because you feel that without the doctor, how can I survive? Because of that doctor only, there are many patients coming up, and you are spending most of your time on that particular doctor, most of your energy on that particular doctor, most of your monetary things on that particular doctor, and literally that hospital becomes a doctor's property, even without single pie of investment from their side. No issues. That is not an issue. That is not a problem as long as the things are working out fine. But think about one area, think about one problem, that is, you all know that what will happen if the doctor leaves. What will I do? Business will collapse. Nobody will come. Just by that kind of fear, what will happen is, you will keep on supporting, pampering that doctor and do whatever he is asking for. And ultimately, one fine day, that doctor will leave and start his own clinic if he is smart enough, because most of the doctors are smart enough now, and they know that, let me have my own clinic. It is only a makeshift or temporary arrangement that are doing by coming to your clinic, to your hospital. So what is the solution? Even while you have that doctor in place, who is there, you need to develop a second line of doctors. They may not like it, but that's a fact. When you are taking that should be your plan B. That is, when you are taking a doctor who is very famous, you also should have in mind that you also should tell him that we also will be having second layer of doctors, okay, to support you. When you do that after a couple of years, after 3 or 4 or 5 years, and if you do that, naturally there will be doubt on his part. He will have the feeling that you are planning another doctor just to fuss him out. Instead of that, be clear, be frank, and be open to the doctor, saying that you know that we are depending on you, and you know that one day you will leave us. Okay, so we need to have second line of doctor. So we are also creating some supporting doctors here, and ensure that these doctors are the patients. The first line of treatment is these doctors, then only they go to the final doctor. And in these panel of doctors, you can identify 1 or 2 doctors who are really capable and concentrate more on them, so that tomorrow, if this chief doctor leaves you, if the chief doctor starts his own clinic, or if he just leaves you, nothing is affected. So this is where another KPI comes into play. So you need to you cannot fix a KPI for the chief doctor, because he is super senior, and you cannot say that these are the activities that you have to do. But you can definitely fix a KPI for these second level of doctors, and tell them that what you are expecting from them, and you can have a clear duties and responsibilities written down for them, and again link it to the KPI of the organization. So this is very, very important. This is very, very important if you really want to survive and excel in your business. I repeat, business, because when you are starting a private hospital, definitely you are not starting it to do charity, because you are starting with your own hard-earned money, and when you are not making money, there is no public who is going to come and support you, saying that no, you are running, I mean, this is a hospital, you are running for charity, I will give you money. Nobody is going to do that. So you need not be worried about what these people are saying. There are many people, thousands of people who complain about some big hospitals in India, and still they go there only. This is the hospital A, hospital B is very costly, they are literally charging like anything. Okay, but what happens is, when something seriously happens, they go there only. So when you ask the same question, ask the same person, you told that hospital is very costly, then why did you go there? And the answer, the sheepishly he will answer you that I have no other choice, because that is a good hospital. And that naturally they are charging because they are giving very good service. So this is in the service industry, and you need to be extremely careful, you need to be extremely customer centric, and you need to be cost effective and motivating employees in different ways. And all those things are possible when you have a clear cut key performance indicators for each and every department, each and every activities, each and every employees. Of course, key performance indicators for organization also. So I am sure this video would have helped doctors and clinics and other things, and you can definitely implement that. And if you need any support for implementing, please get in touch with me, and I can definitely help you out, because I know the pain points of hospitals, and within a span of 3 months time we can come out of problems. I know that clinics and hospitals have problems, and we can definitely come out of issues within 3 months to 6 months time, maximum, at the maximum 6 months time we can come out of it and make at least 5 times more revenue than what you are making now. So you can get in touch with me, my number is here, and if you are serious about growth, please get in touch with me. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe so you get more and more videos on how to improve your business and how to do your startups and all those things. Thank you for watching once again. This is Kalyan signing off. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.